Hello, world. What's up, guys? This is Dave Van Auken with the Fight Bananas podcast. How's everyone doing out there? Man, we got a packed show once again for you guys. Man, we had him live before the homecoming, before he brought professional boxing back to Orlando, Florida. I'm talking about Anthony Arvelo Jr. I'm talking about Undisputed Promotions. We're going to tie a bow around that event and his 2020. Wow. It's going to be big. I'm telling you guys right now, if you ain't on that train, if you're not on it, if you're not on that bus, jump on right now. 2020 is going to be huge. There's an anniversary show coming up soon. Big things in the works. It was cool. I was on one of those phone calls for the big thing, so I love it. I love it. Hearing it firsthand. So excited for 2020 for Undisputed Promotions. Huge things. But before we get Anthony Arvelo Jr., promoter, boss, the heavy for Undisputed Promotions, I definitely want to thank one of our great sponsors. I'm talking about Warhammer Fightwear. Check them out, guys. Easy enough. WarhammerFightwear.com. If you don't want to go to the website, if you're buying stuff on that Amazon app that you do, I do, everyone does, just put in Warhammer Fightwear in that search bar. If you want to get gear when you head to the gym, you heading around the mall, whatever you need, Warhammer Fightwear will hook you up. And if you want to be hooked up to great boxing events in the state of Florida or worldwide, check out Undisputed Promotions. All right, Fight Bananas community, we got him live on the line. Anthony Arvelo Jr., my man, how are you doing?
I'm doing great, man. How about yourself?
Man, we're getting it. We're busy. We're busy. 2020, the podcast is on fire. Undisputed Promotions is on fire. Just what a way to kick off the year. I can't wait. 2020 is going to be big things, my man. How about you?
Oh, man, I can't wait. I'm excited. We already put out the first announcement for February 15th, where we're going to be celebrating 3-year anniversary for Undisputed Fight Night.
Man, that lasts a lot longer than a lot of relationships nowadays. 3 years, that's a long time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's been a fun ride, a lot of experience.
Yes, sir.
A lot of cool experiences, and we're looking forward to this year now.
Real quick. And before we go into that, there's so many things I want to get into of just this event, all the new talent coming through, because Anthony, there's a complete buzz around. You brought professional boxing back to the state of Florida, Orlando especially, and now a lot of fighters and promoters and boxing gyms, they all want to get involved now because they see the homecoming, they see all the hard work and the grind that's went into it. But, yeah, I want to put a bow on it. Robbie Burwell, the Beast, so many more, Michael Pierre, just so much. There was so much talent on that night. The crowd was lit. Undisputed Promotions, homecoming, 2 minutes. Put a bow on it.
Well, you know what? For homecoming, it was a great experience for myself as, throwing my first professional fight card. It was great working with the guys that we've worked with in the amateurs, and then to see, some of the great talent. Michael Pierre came and he fought a very good test and was able to show a great performance of boxing. Then you had Robbie Burwell. This was an opportunity that, I think everybody locally felt he deserved, and he put a lot of hard work in. He was able to become champ that night. Mikey Garcia, the new guy on the block, he's coming in with a lot of fire. I can't wait to see what he's going to be bringing this year. We just, and now we got Danny Suarez is going to be turning professional this year. But we got a good squad, man. As far as the homecoming, man, shout out to Sean Mason and all the great fighters that was able to fight on the card and give Orlando a great show.
Absolutely, man. And talking about Robbie Burwell, you can definitely catch him on the Instagram at KingRobert17. And Anthony, between you and me, God, that is Robbie on Instagram is one of the funniest follows in the game. It's like he's the beast, right? He's the boxer. He's a killer. Can walk through any shots and give two. He takes two to give one away. But just you would never know about it if you just watch him on the Instagram. That man makes me crack up daily. I love to follow Robbie Burwell on the IG. Also follow Undisputed Promotions on Instagram, Undisputed_promotions. They got you're throwing up always new pictures. You're throwing up, all the content that you need to know what's coming forward. I love you're always spreading it forward. What's happening like February 15th. It's a great follow. Undisputed_promotions. Okay, so the 3-year anniversary. We're going back to Guilt nightclub.
Yes, home.
Yeah, home. There you go. To put in 3 years of work, the ups and downs, like you said earlier, the roller coaster ride, how good is it going to feel to kind of, on that night, it's like, wow, we did it. We did 3 years. We're going back home. We did a pro show. You got a pro show in the works. We'll get into that later if you want to. But just to have that event, 3-year anniversary, that's just spectacular work.
Hey, looking back at all the pictures and all the fighters that we work with, some fighters have actually, gone professional in that time. It's just a perfect example of growth. Everybody's just growing as a promotion, as fighters, as trainers, as even gyms. It's just it's been something real good, man. I can't wait for another 3 years.
Absolutely. And one of the memories I remember at Guilt nightclub, there's been so many, a couple with Alan Knight, but one that's just popped in my head. Of course, calling the fights, we're right there, we're ringside. There's nothing like it. I can't go see a boxing or, mixed martial arts event, a Clash of the Titans. I can't go if I'm not ringside anymore. It's just when you're that close and you feel it. But I'm talking about Undisputed Fight Night 5. It was Alexander Rios versus Armani. And
right.
I've been in Super Bowls, and I seen The Rock, Miami, WrestleMania. Like, I felt the electricity. I've been to big MMA, UFC fights. I'm telling you, I know it sounds on a smaller scale, but that Guilt nightclub that night, the electricity, the goosebumps, the hair on my arms were standing up. That Alexander versus Armani fight, the ending, I thought it was incredible. Did you get that same feeling that I did?
It was Oh, man, I did. It was intense. You could have felt the energy in the building as people were coming in, because when we were running the promos, throughout the night, we run the promotion video or the main event. So as we're playing that, people just kept anticipating as the night grew, and the energy was crazy.
Absolutely. This is Anthony Arvelo, Undisputed Promotions. Okay, so let's talk about some of the new talent. 3-year anniversary. We've talked about Danny Soares, Michael Pierre. We talked about Night. We talked about so many studs that are still on the way up. Shamara Woods, all that. We'll get into the Queen in it later. But let's talk about some new talent that you've been watching, you've been scouting, and been cultivating. And now they get their shine on February 15th.
Right now there's some local guys that have been, they've been putting in a lot of work nationally. They've been out there. They've been fighting on these, amazing tournaments through USA Boxing and, haven't really competed at home. And that's what we've always, brought out. We want to showcase the local talent. And so we're happy that we're able to have some of these guys on the card. And one of the guys is Amari Jones. Amari Jones from Jabs Boxing Gym. I mean, he's a young up and coming, 17 years old. He's got a lot of experience, and now he's able to come in and we could see for ourselves. Right.
Definitely I want people to go on your page as well, your personal page on the IG. That's Ant_P4P1. What's one of the difficulties of running Undisputed Promotions that people don't see on the daily? Family man, I know you got the work, you got the grind and everything, but what's something that people don't see and notice that you're doing to, promote and to get Undisputed Promotions, above and beyond? Because I know there's a lot of big things in the works for 2020.
People don't, they see the big picture, and that's probably it. Well, behind the scenes, there's a lot of time, sacrifice, a lot of stuff to be thought out. Putting these fights together, making sure, because it's not just matchmaking a card and just throwing a fight together and say, okay, we got a show. No, these fights are picked and they're put not just for the fight fans to have a great, show, but for the fighters to be able to build experience and to be tested, in the ring and get the best out of them. So all those things are all thought out, and then you have to put everything else together, and then the shows come out the way they come out. And it comes out great.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. Everyone. And it seems like it's, it's kind of cliche to say it, but it seems like every show they get better, bigger, badder. The lighting, the music, the fighters themselves, I think they're all starting to feel, they're like, maybe 2 years ago, maybe in the first year, maybe it was just a show for the fighters to try to gain experience and they didn't really care. But now you can really tell, like I can tell that the fighters, Corey Marksman, there's so many fighters that, they are down with the promotion. Like they are growing and they know Undisputed Promotions is growing because you guys put on a hell of a show at that UCF arena in Orlando. Like they're like, wow, like we want to be a part of Undisputed Promotions, not just boxing or not just boxing in a local event in Orlando. Like they want to be down. They want to be tight with Undisputed.
Right. And we want to be tight with them. I mean, they, the fighters deserve the utmost respect, for what they do when they get in that ring. And they show out every night. Our job is just to expose their true talent.
Right. Will there be a Clash of the Titans in 2020?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
We gotta keep it going. Me and Mitchell we've been busy, but definitely we got to give that to the fight fans, MMA and boxing. The Clash of the Titans, man. It's a good one. It is.
It's a grand slam when you guys had that idea and you put it together. Every event, same thing. It just keeps on getting better and better, and it's just so unique, and it's the experience is unbelievable. The talent inside the rings and the cages are unbelievable. It's just like they really get the customers, the consumers. They get all their bang for their buck. They're literally getting 2 shows in one. It's worth every dang penny.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Can you throw out, do you guys have any matches made for, the anniversary show? Do you have any fights announcements to make, or are we still on the DL on that?
No, actually, we got a pretty solid fight card. I don't want to release too much of the big ones until we put them out, until we make the official announcements on them. But again, I mean, we're going to see guys like Kevin Nunes back on the card. He's going to be defending his title. He is matched with Roberto Gomez. So that's going to be an interesting fight.
Wow.
Kevin Nunes fought in the qualifiers. Roberto Gomez right now has been doing great in his accomplishments in USA Boxing or in his tournaments. So, I mean, it's going to be that's going to be an interesting fight to see. We'll have Haitham Sabet back on the card. Dominic Valle. It's going to be an exciting fight card, and we got a couple more surprises that we're going to throw out there. It's just we're going to release it to the public very soon. Right.
And tell me one day, Anthony, promise me that we're going to see that Dominic versus Danny Suarez fight one day down the road. Like that's just something that, as a fight fan, right, as a boxing fan, that when I saw that poster up, when we talked about it, 6 months ago, 8 months ago, whenever it was, that's just a fight I got to see. I got to see it.
Yeah, no, they Danny Suarez and Dominic, they fought, and Danny Suarez came up short in that fight. Dominic is hungry. He's a hungry fighter. So I'm looking forward to seeing what he's going to bring this year.
Right,
he's the undisputed Fight Night champion now.
Right. They just had a boxing, the press conference around a couple of days ago. I would love your take on Deontay Wilder versus Tyson Fury 2. Who did you think won the first one, and who do you have winning the second one?
I had the first one for Fury.
Me too.
I think Fury edged it, and Wilder brought it and made it real close. He fought like a true champ. But if it would be any other way, it'll be a draw. And then as far as the second fight, tough one. But I think Wilder got it.
Oh, so you think Deontay's going to win this one? You think unanimous decision? Does it go all the way, or does you think he gets that knockout?
I'm gonna go off of Fury went down twice. Well. Yeah, he went down twice with Wilder, and then his last performance, his last 2 performances, I mean, I wasn't too impressed. I do like his style, and I think he has the opportunity, and he has a very good chance to upset Wilder, but he just fades towards the end, and I don't see him having that performance that he had the first fight.
Right. Wow. Okay, that's sick. That's sick. Anthony, I got 10 questions for you. We do it with a lot of the fighters, and it's always somehow fun time, and it's really cool to see and kind of learn the fighters and things like that. But we've never done this. You've been here live a couple times in the studio. We're doing this via phone call on the Fight Bananas hotline, but I would love to do it to you. So I got 10 banana questions for you. You ready?
All right.
All right.
I'm ready.
First one, what actor would play you in a movie?
What actor would play me in a movie? That's a good one. The Rock.
What? There we go. Oh my God, that's the best answer. Who would play me in the movie? The Rock. Who would play my wife? The Rock. He's the greatest actor. He's the best. You can't go wrong with that one. Oh my goodness, that's great. What's your favorite sports team across the board?
My favorite sports team across the board will have to be the Brooklyn Nets.
Man, over the Yanks, huh?
Yep.
Wow. Okay. Kyrie Irving, Durant, I gotcha.
Can't.
What was your first job?
I worked for the Hyatt Hotel.
Okay.
In the Orlando International Airport.
Hey.
Yep.
Who's your all-time favorite fighter? Of course, it can be boxing, mixed martial arts, anything like that. But who's your all-time favorite fighter? It doesn't have to be you think is the best, but you're going to give your $60, your $70. You could not miss him or her fight.
Arturo Gatti.
Good answer right there.
Arturo, I would. That's just one guy you have to go out and see.
Right.
Yeah.
Where are you going to retire?
Where?
Yep.
I'm going to retire in Orlando. You guys got me on this one, man.
Oh man. Hey, but in the big part of downtown, you're gonna go downtown when you retire. Get the smaller because you won't need all that room.
And I'll probably retire on an island somewhere with my family.
There you go.
Yep.
Describe yourself as a teenager in 3 words.
Wow. Competitive. Competitive, happy, and athletic.
Okay. Damn, those are good ones. That's a good one. This is one of my favorite questions. I always ask it to the boxing minds. In their prime, absolute prime, their best they've ever looked, who do you have? Floyd Money Mayweather or Roy Jones Jr.?
I would have to say Floyd Mayweather.
Ooh, you got the money. You think he's going to come back?
And Roy Jones did. Definitely he's got the highlights.
Right.
Sure.
Right.
And how he fought. I just feel like, if you look at, the fighters that Floyd Mayweather had to beat and the way some of those fighters looked in some of those fights, there's one like Canelo and stuff. I mean, you got to look at that. He beat a lot of guys. Roy Jones was doing great, but some of these guys were, I feel like on their way out, so it's kind of tough to call. I'll have to say Floyd.
Okay. Who's your first celebrity crush?
Man, that was a good one. I had a couple of celebrity crushes when I was young, man. I don't know. Whitney Houston.
Ooh, I will always. Oh, that's a good song. I like that. Two left. If you had to start a charity,
I can play me Kevin Costner.
The Bodyguard. That's what's up.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. If you had to start a charity, what would it be for?
If I had a what?
To start a charity.
Oh. If I had to start a charity, I would do it for the kids that illness, the kids that can't really compete on teams and do things like that. I would try to do something for for them and maybe build some teams, you know,
right.
and so they can do it themselves. You know, I've seen some stuff like that, you know.
Man. Okay, we both got kids, Anthony. This is the last one. You know, that movie Aladdin just came out. It's on Disney Plus. You get the genie. The genie comes out, and he goes, "Oh, Anthony, you're a great promoter. I'm going to give you $200 million. I can give you any venue. I can give you any place in the world, any fighters, any year. I can bring them back from the dead. I can bring them in the living. Any fight, any promotion you want to build, make, what would that fight be? Where would it be? What would it be for?"
Okay, so it made pretty much just that fight, make that fight?
Yep, you can make the fight. Yeah, and, you know, where would it be? You know, would it be old school? Would you want it like an MSG during the 60s with the, you know, the newspapers, like that old school grit?
I would definitely do it. I would definitely do like Madison Square Garden.
Right.
You know, in the era of the 90s. In the era of the 90s. And I would have liked to see Floyd Mayweather and Pernell Whitaker. I think that would have been. I like both those fighters. I think that would have been a really good fight.
Wow, I like that too. And I'm a New York guy. You know that I'm an MSG guy. But there's something about like, you know. Okay, how about this one? Dallas Cowboy Stadium, like the big stadium feel. You got all the new cameras. I'm doing it in 2020 with the technology and the lights. I got all the theme music coming out, and I got. In their prime, I got Mike Tyson versus Deontay Wilder. Heavyweight championship on the line.
Yeah.
You might have won that one, though. MSG.
I just couldn't see. I like the, you know, Dallas Cowboys Stadium, but you know, like
it's not romantic.
It's hard to put Deontay Wilder in the same ring with Mike Tyson.
Oh no, you're probably right. So let me go back. How about Mike Tyson versus Muhammad Ali?
Oh, you're asking me who I think will win that?
Yeah. Who wins that one?
Muhammad Ali.
Yeah. Damn, that's you can't go wrong, right? You can't go wrong. Anthony Arvelo Jr., Undisputed Promotions. You know, definitely spit out. Okay. Undisputed Promotions is on fire. We're 2020. If I'm a sponsor and if I want to jump on this train, like with Undisputed Promotions, how do I get in contact with you? If I'm a fighter, who do I contact? I want to be a part of Undisputed Promotions. What can we do?
You can email us at undisputedfights@gmail.com, and you can visit the website undisputedpromotions.net. And, you know, as far as you know, we look forward to working, you know, with pretty much everybody and continue growing in the city. Right.
Very last question. Kind of to me, I love it. I love the underdog story and the grit and the person you come up. So it's about to be 3 years. Can you throw out a fighter or fighters, female or male, and when you first met them or they showed their tape, they sent it to you through Instagram, right? And they're like, man, I want to fight. I want to get on this card. Dude, this sounds awesome. And you're like, I don't know, you know, you never want to put someone in there who's not ready or whatever of that nature, right? Has there been someone like that, someone that you weren't sure about their talents, but now you look at them, maybe they're a pro now, or maybe they're on the come up, maybe they're about to be pro. Is there someone that's like that almost, you know, pull at your heartstrings? You're like, wow, 3 years ago he or she was this, and now they're you know, an unbelievable boxer.
The majority of them.
Okay. Wow.
You know, the majority of them. There was some fighters that I expected that, you know, they had something. I seen something that they had, but a lot of them proved themselves, and I put the platform for them to prove it, and they went up there and they proved it, not just to, you know, to us watching, it's to the fans and to themselves. You know, I've seen fighters come back from a loss where it's like, dang, man, you know, he lost his belt, you know, and they come back. So I would say it was the majority of fighters that came. They always come to show out. So can't just pick one. You know what I mean? I think they've all shown something.
Right. Almost the whole brand. That's how I feel like the brand is. That Undisputed Promotions brand, maybe people overlooked or didn't jump on, years ago. And now it's like, it's just the hottest thing going. It's on fire. Instagram, guys, undisputed_promotions. Anthony Arvelo is at P4P1. Give them both a follow. Anthony Arvelo Jr. Man, we appreciate your time, brother. We're going to talk to you real soon.
I appreciate you always.
February 15th, man, is going down. We can't wait.
February 15th, we're celebrating.
Yes, sir. We are. We're going to be out there, man.
We're going to have some great fights, man. It's going to be a really, really good time. We're putting together a good one.
Absolutely, man. And with all these kids, and if I'm going out, I might have to go out. You know what I mean? It might have to get a little crazy out there at Guilt Nightclub.
Nah, man, it's gonna be a lot of fun. We got some young ones on the card too. We got a 10-year-old, 10-year-old fight. We have looking to match 3 female fights. So 5 championship fights. So it's gonna be that guilt feel, that family fun environment. The music's gonna be great, and the fights are gonna be electric.
Let's go. Undisputed Promotions 2020. Big things. Let's get it.
Can't wait, man. Thank you, Dave.
All right, brother. Have a good one.
All right.
Stopping, that's a hot damn mule. God in my corner. Nigga can't lose. Trying to pick me out my hot damn shoes. See how quick I drop up and get.
What's up, guys? Wow, what a great interview, man. I just love when you really get into the details of who Anthony Arvelo Jr. really is. Man, great content right there, guys. That was great content. And if you're listening to us for the first time, if Anthony Arvelo Jr. or Undisputed Promotions brought you in, guys, this is Dave Van Auken, Fight Bananas Podcast. We are connected at the hip with iHeartRadio app. That's a legit, humongous app. I love what they're doing, and they like the Fight Bananas Podcast. I'm just going to kind of leave it like that. Good things are coming. Good things are here. Good things are on the way. So definitely download and subscribe on the iHeartRadio app. Of course, if you want to watch it or listen to it, I do a lot of live interviews. We do a lot of weigh-ins. We do a lot of really cool stuff. All that's on YouTube. We do clips from the podcast, the best of. I might I might have Anthony going bananas here and just put all that just straight on YouTube. So there's just a lot of really great stuff that we're doing with YouTube. So make sure you subscribe to that for sure. All right. Guys, N-Still Nutrition, nstillnutrition.com. You can check them on Instagram at TheRealNStill. We love them. They've been with us literally from day one. We're so pumped to have them still on board 2020. Mako Tech mouth guards. Man, she's great. She's just unbelievable. She's someone that you want in your corner. I dig everything she's doing. She's helping fighters, professional, amateur, and anyone in between. She has a great dentistry. So check them out on Instagram, guys. Mako Tech, TEK _ mouth guards. Another one, guys, Fusion CBD products. Using that promo code, the Fight Bananas promo code, easy enough, Fight 2020. What year is it? 2020. And we're Fight Bananas, so it's Fight 2020. That's the Fusion CBD products. Go to fusioncbdproducts.com if you guys want to get that premium oil. I'm talking about the caps. I'm talking about the CBD Instant Freeze. Check them out, guys, at Fusion CBD Products. Guys, we appreciate Anthony Arvelo Jr. Check him out on the IG, Ant_P4P1. Undisputed Promotions, the promoter, the heavy, the boss, the matchmaker. He does it all. Undisputed _promotions on the IG. I'm Dave Van Auken. Check me out on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at David Van Auken. Spell it correctly, VANAUKEN. You're welcome. Guys, man, continue success. Jump on that Undisputed Promotions train for 2020, February 15th, the 3-year anniversary. It's going to be absolutely bananas.
Block it, I run with it. Here for the game and all the pussy that come with it. So full of focus, I'm insisting on keeping it going. The franchise, I exist in the league of my own. Expect attention, I'm familiar with being ignored. The true back, locking and closing the door. Brick wall in the road, I won't move.